Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope all is well. I hope if you were affected by the hurricane, I hope everything is well with that. I hope you didn't take on too much damage or have to go out with power too much. And my heart goes out to you if you were dangerously affected by it. I know it was a little bit more serious than even the news made it out to be, even a couple days coming up to it. So it was just a really interesting situation, and my heart is out to those affected by it. I hope all is well. So to kind of supplement Caffeinate and Innovate, what I'm going to do is a weekly video here just for you, kind of updating everything that we're doing, everything that we're working on, building in public, just so you know where everything's at, just so you know what we're working on. I have a lot of cool stuff coming. I have about a page and a half of stuff to go through, so I'll try to go through it quick and I won't talk your head off. So, form for weekly feedback, so we're going to be sending something out weekly just to see where you are, your experiences, so that we can focus on the things that you need us to focus on and not the things that you don't want us to. So if you're having troubles with things like building and replicating assistants, then we will work on that. If you're having problems with knowledge, we're going to have all this in a form where if you fill it out weekly, which would be awesome, then we can start to track down where you want our attention. That'll be given to the product manager and to me for dev cycles, so that we can work on and we can build things to help you along the way. Along with that is a proper support ticketing system. We had LifeVest, which was just a way to see what's going on. You won't get emails from that because it's also linked to a client portal via the QR code. We can't send emails that way because it would go to your clients and it would come from us. So it's just not a good day altogether. So if you submit something on there, you won't hear from us because we'd have to email everybody at that point, and that's we don't want to break the white label. We don't want to reach out to your clients. We're not overstepping our boundaries on that. Proper support channels will be put in place right now. We have something in the school group up there where you can book a support call to talk with the support team. If you need that time with them, you can do that there. If you haven't onboarded, the onboarding call link is right underneath that on the school group in the links on the side to the right. If you're on desktop, I don't know where it's at on mobile. I'm assuming it's somewhere close to where it is on desktop. But a proper support ticketing system would be put in place to not only be able to submit tickets, get to see actionable feedback along the way, but we'll also have a white labeled version too for your clients where we will communicate with you and let you kind of be the intermediary, again, not stepping over boundaries there. In this proper support portal, we'll have documentation, we'll have the videos on it, it will have a search for anything type deal on it, it will have a support ticketing system and a chat widget and a way to book with them. So anything in the world that you need will be on there. They're working very hard, they're learning, they're killing it. They're absolutely killing it. They're learning this platform really, really quick. They've used this platform for a little bit, so it's really, really fun. Couple things that we're going to work on, then I'll get to some things that's coming out for you guys and gals, but proper support, we went through that. Extractions and pre-build tools revamp. So we'll go through the extractions, we'll go through the tagging, make sure everything's good on the voice side, make sure everything's good on the chat side. As far as I know, it's very, very reliable on chat. I know voice probably needs some work just on data, and it comes honestly to the verbiage. Because the model that runs for voice, for the quickness of it, is 4.0 or 4.0 mini. We use 4.0 right now. And 4.0 is not amazing at tool calling like 11.06 preview, which chat runs off of, hard set. So we'll have some detailed stuff in revamping those, making sure that they're actually extracting the information every time, making sure that we're almost manually calling those functions to make sure that information is collected. So a bunch of those pre-built tools, extractions, adding and removing tags, all those will get revamped to be focused on reliability and accuracy of information collected. Okay, with the addition of that in the pre-built tools, you're also going to get general info fill. So those will be things like name, email, phone number, address, yada yada yada. You'll be able to add those. We'll be able to fill that information for you via chat and voice. Distance calculations, one that we've torture tested. It's a custom tool that I built just playing around, but that is going to be added to the official suite of pre-built tools now that the reliability has been tested, and it's been 100% accurate. It's so fun. It's really, really fun. But you'll be able to calculate a distance from not only the business to the user to be able to kind of tell them where they're at, but you can use that for any use case, truck rolls, solar, whatever you want to do. We'll also have satellite view and Google Street View for housing. When you have addresses, if you want to do something like a quote on a home, you can send a satellite view of the home, say, hey, look, I just took a look at your roof, XYZ, ABC. So satellite view, Google Street View, and then also we'll be able to preemptively put and generate solar panels on top of the roof for those in the solar niche, and we'll have a couple cool things for PMU with being able to mess with photos for eyebrows and things like that. So a couple things coming on that. Now the back half of those couple last ones, those are going to be out a little bit more just for testing. But the things like distance calculation, general information, and a revamp of the other ones coming first, coming within the next day or so. Okay, train by chat, fine tuning. Haven't come up with a cool name with it. I love names. So what this is going to be is you will just chat with an assistant, like an AI, in a chat. And what it's going to do is it's almost going to interview you. It's going to be like you're sitting back in the really, really comfortable chair at a psychiatrist, and it's going to talk to you about your business. It's going to dive really, really deep. Been having a lot of conversations with it. It's actually really, really fun. It's asking why. It's asking, well, why do you say that? Yada, yada, yada. And what it's going to do is it's going to learn about your business at a very, very granular level, more so than it does now just by scraping your site. But what it'll do is it'll learn from you the verbiage that you have for your clients. It's going to learn about your clients. It's going to learn about other solutions in the market that you tell it. All this to create synthetic data sets for you to put into your knowledge base and to also train the assistant on not only the knowledge itself about your business, but how to sell your business for you. So very, very fun. And so that'll just allow you to chat with it, dive deep into your business, and create data and example conversations for your AI to use. Really, really fun. Testing it out, hoping prod by end of week. Okay, prod rebilling management. So we have rebilling in there. Rebilling on means rebilling turns on. And then you have your plans, which is just you create a plan. You can say what they can have in there or not. You can actually you can take away stuff if you want to, depending on your plan numbers. The only thing missing right there is managing the plan, canceling the plan. That'll be in there very, very soon for the point of just whole SaaS management from your end, their end. Easy enough. No need to mess with it, right? So all that's going to be pushed probably before the end of today. Most likely before the end of today. That's what I'm going to be working on. And just a couple things along with that. Just some feedback, that we've learned along the way. I'm part of the weekly feedback too. Anything that we push, we are going to be actively seeking feedback on those things as we learn about what you need and implement them as we see it. The Infinity follow-up official snapshot, I have been torture testing it. We are running an ad. It is killing it. 15% click-through rate, $3 per lead, and go high-level B2B leads is awesome. And the Forever follow-up is just, Infinity follow-up is just killing them. It's constantly hitting it. There's a couple of the metrics that I would like to put in just for my sake of, like the metrics tracking and things like that. Also automatically taking them out after so many follow-ups, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that will be releasing probably before the end of the day or in the morning, the Infinity follow-up official snapshot. Okay. The other thing that I'm sure you'll be happy about is production grade widgets. So that's going to be the chat widget, which we've been testing, voice orbs, voice phone, and buttons. Super, super fun. Those things will be able to go in prod. They'll be able to call tools. They'll be able to create guest contacts and high level the same way how chat widgets work today. We're just going to try to own that relationship and also give a better UX UI for AI. So we'll have the little 3 dots when the AI is typing and things like that. And then also be able to store data about the user and remember them and things like that. Super, super fun. And then we're also going to be putting out some demo widgets. These will be after prod of the initial chat widget and voice widget things. But we're going to give you some demo environments to put out on your website for leads to try. So this is going to be like a fake Instagram DM type thing with your business and their business and all kinds of stuff like that, making really, really robust like try our AI type things. And this will be like an iPhone emulator. This will be like an Instagram, Facebook DM emulator, little things like that so that they can actionably kind of see this thing at work while also demoing it on your site. Very, very fun. Voice orbs will get a revamp to not only kind of fix the little things like a double click. There will be more state-based on that. So you don't have to worry about someone clicking it twice. We'll register it the first time, stop them from clicking, and then they can have a tangible conversation with a voice orb inside the browser. Those will probably move to JavaScript for you more technical people rather than an iframe just to accommodate more of the use case. But nonetheless, production grade widgets coming very soon, hopefully in a day tomorrow. All right. Document upload catch up and new knowledge base store options. So we'll finally start to process all of the documentations. We'll show you the ones from V1, start to process those, make sure that they're showing there, and then be able to, anything you have, will have a much faster process of actually processing that data and getting it into your vector store much faster, much easier. Along with that comes 2 more knowledge store options, which is from a YouTube video. So you can copy in a link. We'll go to the YouTube video. We'll download it, transcribe it, turn it into knowledge for your assistant. Very fun. That's what we're going to use a lot of. And then sitemap crawling. So not only page scraping, but sitemap crawling all the way through. All right, cool. Official support portal. Already talked about that, but official roadmap and community portal. So we're going to add a official roadmap. The one that's in there is one I stood up in like 5 minutes to copy. That other company that does it, I can't think of the name, just so that we can have a place to congregate. But we will abide by that a little bit more, again, being a little bit more user-driven in dev cycles as the product manager comes on and starts to learn more about the business. We'll be able to use that to create dev cycles and create focus in things that you want us to focus in, and we'll leave alone some of the stuff that you don't want us to. Claude, Anthropic, Grok integrations along with OpenAI key allowance. So you're getting Claude, you're getting Grok models, which is Llama, and you're getting your OpenAI key in there. So if you want to take on that or have your clients do it, those will all be in there. We'll use those as not only fallback models, but if you want to use a model, you prefer a model. For example, day-to-day, I probably use Grok more. But that's more internal stuff. I don't know about talking to customers. That's just me. I haven't really put it in the field like that. But whatever you prefer and whatever you want to put out there, it's your key. It's your life. I'm not going to stop you. I'm just going to give you the option to do whatever you need to do. All right. Getting started menus, not only in the client portal, but the admin portal. So we'll have a little tab that you can say getting started. That'll kind of walk you through all the basic stuff of setting up accounts on both ends. That'll just be there kind of permanently. So again, if like you forgot something or you want a refresher on something, you click that, you can go through it. We'll keep those pretty updated on everything, and that'll be at the sub account level, white labeled, of course, and then at the admin portal, non-white labeled, of course. Okay, and that'll have an easy generator walkthrough, making it super, super easy, not only at the admin level, but at the client level to be able to generate assistance, generate knowledge, all that kind of in a cadence that makes a ton of sense, and it's there to be reused. If you have a client that's not super tech savvy, or maybe you're not super tech savvy, you can just go through it and it'll kind of walk you through the whole process and do it with you. Super, super fun. All right, Copybot by ID plus templates. All right, super fun. I know Copybot by ID is everybody's favorite. It's my favorite too. That way when I create things, I can just kind of give you the ID and let you run with it. Those will be making a comeback before the end of today, tomorrow morning. All right. And what we're going to be doing is we'll have a couple templates in there for you too. These will be things like sales, support, yada, 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 that you can just take a base model of and add your own stuff. And to go along with that, we'll share our sales AI that's crushing it on the paid traffic, on the Facebook ads. It's conversing very, very well. It's doing the follow-up very well. We'll just share that whole thing. We'll give you the ID. You can copy it. You can use it because it's crushing it. Why not, right? Super, super simple. Official API docs, documentation portal with REST API and tool endpoints. That was a lot of words, right? Okay, so official API docs. So being able to go through and see all of our API docs. So if you want to do it from a separate CRM, you want to do it from BuildShip, you want to do it from wherever you want to do it from, we'll expose the endpoints for you for things like generation of chat, for calling, for getting calls, data from both, pulling conversation summaries, whatever you want, these will all be exposed for you to use. And will also be a pass-through for you because we have the access token for the sub-account. If you want to, and we have the one for the agency as well, that's why we ask you to connect to agency because we can manage it for you, make your life a little bit easier. We'll have pass-through APIs for Go High Level so that you can use them in your workflows and you can use them in your custom tools. Meaning, what you can do in a custom tool or in a workflow is when somebody signs up or when XYZ happens, when somebody goes through a demo, you can create an account in your Go High Level through us, and we'll go ahead and create the AI portal and the Go High Level sub account. Everything for you onboarded easy enough. One click, one REST API call. That's it. And you can use that in a custom tool as well. All right, documentation, A to Z documentation, client portal, admin portal, rebilling, domains, everything that's in there will have a documentation page with nice, pretty pictures on it. Very, very simple verbiage, and then a video to go along with it. So however you learn, you will have something there for you. All right, and then custom tool endpoints. So we have the couple things that we've built, which is a search the web, so you can get your AI to search the web for you on Google, get the results back, and use that. You can also summarize a website. You can scrape the website raw. You can do distance calculation, all that fun stuff. We have a ton of these things just sitting around. We're just going to expose them in a custom tool type API endpoint where it's like, if you want to go build it, there it is. That's what we need. You can run with it. Have so much fun. I think it's really, really cool. Knowledge prompt custom tool generator. So the same way your prompts are generated for you now, just to make things easier, what we're going to do is if you want a custom tool, we're just going to generate it on the front half for you so that we have the description verbiage. The description is like the biggest part in any tool when you're calling AI. It's the number one thing. It's like what tells the AI when, where, how, what, why, everything. The description is kind of what does that for a custom tool. And I know you probably don't want to do that, so we're just going to generate it for you, make it super easy, and we'll even generate some parameters so you don't have to fill anything out. You just tell us what you want, and we will custom build a custom tool for you. Super, super fun. Same thing with knowledge, so that not only goes with the chatting with the AI for knowledge thing, but we'll also generate some knowledge for you, synthetic knowledge based on historical data that we have based on the industries that we're in, which is at this point pretty much all of them. So we have some data that we can go off historically to feed synthetic data to your AI for things like casual language and all the sorts on there, cadence, yada, yada, yada. Toolkits, so things like tools now, like you have booking, which can encompass, get availability and booking, or it can encompass get availability, booking, check current appointments, reschedule, cancel, all that fun stuff. Those are all 5 custom tools in pretty much basically doing one thing. And so what we're going to do is bundle those in toolkits. So like you'll have a booking toolkit, which just installs all of those custom tools for you on both chat and voice with one click rather than doing all of them. And the same thing for other stuff that we put out. The examples are for solar quotes, being able to have the different function calls for, getting the address, storing the address, sending it off to get a satellite view, sending it off to get solar panels generated on it. Those are all separate functions. Don't want you to have to click all those buttons, so we will put it in a toolkit. You can just turn it on or off. Easy enough. And the same thing with PMU, getting an image in, taking the image and editing it for eyebrows, fun stuff like that, and then sending it back to the client. The same thing for other client acquisition channels and maybe even voice cloning there too. We'll also have the switch off and on the markdown parser. So we have a markdown parser on the back end. So sometimes when you chat with a chat bot, you can know it's a chat bot because it's like sending lists, right? It's like sending crazy list. It's like the number one indicator for me besides like the suite with with an exclamation point at the beginning. It's usually like the list and stuff that they use in Markdown. Some people use that. So we're going to have an option. You can turn it on or off. And then custom fields and custom values in chat. I know one person that's going to be extremely excited about that. I hope you're watching this video and I hope you got to this point. Custom values, custom fields in chat, and then voice eventually, but we're just going to get her going in chat so that you can just store that stuff and go high level on a per run basis if you're coming from another provider. I know some of them use that, so you don't have to change up your workflow with getting up and running. Super, super fun. Some beta stuff. I know the international crowd got the opposite of love when it came to voice coming out because, it was US only for a little bit on the main voice processor. We still had the transient model, but it wasn't as amazing. But this time you guys are going to get a little love. Voice cloning beta. So if you are in another country and you need a specific voice and you want the business owner's voice, you want your voice, you want it to have your accent, your dialect, all that good stuff, we're going to have a voice cloning beta for international and then enterprise users within the US with proper paperwork behind it. So a lot of fun stuff going there. There's a million other things that I can put on here, but not super, super important today. All right. Number one things is all the fun stuff that I put out there. The support team is working. They're learning. They're enjoying it. They're having fun. They're learning really, really quick, and they're saying that they enjoy the community. And so I'm very, very excited about that. I'm excited about the community that's fostered and everything that's been involved with it. So super, super fun. And, I hope that everything's going well. I will send out that form weekly for feedback, and it's mostly, again, just for focus. Like, where do we need to be? Where do we need to be to help you? Because we ran numbers in our enterprise users who have used AI for a very, very long time are having a ton of success with it. But I know some people are struggling with some aspects of it, not derogatorily, but just it's a complicated technology, and so is Go High Level. And so what we want to do is be able to support you at the finest level. Like anything that you have a problem with, we want to make sure we have resources for you. And then also, you don't want more work. AI was like not to have more work, right? Like, why have more work? There's no point in AI at that point. And so we just want to see where bottlenecks are, so that we can automate those, put UX, UI, or interfaces in the way of being able to do that stuff for you. So we just genuinely would love to help. And so I hope that's helpful. I hope this is great. I'm going to start doing this every week. Probably not as long, so 21 minutes. I mean, who wants to hear from me on that? But our calls usually go for like 3 hours, so I figured this would save all of us some time. But we're working our way through the support tickets now. I think we got caught. I think we had one left on Friday, but we need to go through and train up on some stuff. But I'm super, super excited for what's ahead. I'm super excited to share the ads case study with everybody. I'm super excited for all of the new stuff coming out. I guess it's not new stuff, but just like renditions of the stuff. And then we'll have a lot more community engagement and some secret sauce that I won't share right now because I don't want to get asked when is, but some fun stuff in mind. So happy Monday. I hope all is well. I hope that's helpful. And I hope that the 21 minutes that I took here made a tangible benefit to your life in some way or another, even if it was, to see this cool guy in the background. Maybe you got a kick out of it. So I hope you have an amazing day. Hope that's helpful. You'll hear from me from this week. I'm going to let the team kind of run stuff on the support side, but you'll hear from me as updates come out. And then as the forms come out, there will be a lot more community engagement. We'll get back on track with that. It'll change a little bit to some ideas, and I'll have a little bit more formality behind that. But nonetheless, I'll quit talking. Hope that's helpful.